First, let us express our thanks to God for the health and life given to us so we can gather here. My name is Bagas and Laras. I will discuss something that now becomes our problem together. There is impact of coronavirus on the economic sector. In Indonesia, we know these words, kebersihan sebagian dari iman. But what I see does not reflect it all. What's happening in Indonesia is far from the word that is people really pay attention to cleanliness in their life and have an impact on rising numbers of coronavirus outbreaks in Indonesia, causing economic problems. As we know together, from the beginning of February to that coronavirus attack to the homeland that we love, which leads a serious problem resulting from the coronavirus itself. One of them is the implementation of PSBB, large-scale social restriction of regulation set by the government. It is intended to suppress the coronavirus increase numbers in not to expand, but it also causes the economy to go down. Many large corporate companies do layoffs or close some branches to able to survive at such conditions. Airport was one of the big companies affected by considerable impact. Since January to February, there were 11,680 domestic flights which were cancelled and 123 international flights. Not only big companies are experiencing losses, small stalls are also experiencing the same thing. They have to close their outlet because of the demands of the local who do the lockdown independently. Coffee shop, restaurant also cannot avoid the effect of coronavirus because of the government regulation that prohibit the presence more than 5 people, forcing them to close. Some companies are also starting to change the way more focused on Instagram, Facebook, or other platform so that their business can still run. The most impact is in the company that is engaged in tourism because there is a lot of tourists both locally and for foreigners who cannot vacation to tourist destination in Indonesia, which resulted in decline in hotel turnover, food stall. Some ways have been done to help others like making fundraisers. In Indonesia, most of the focus is the daily workers and also Grab taxi drivers, as they still spend most of their time outside and still adjacent to others. This coronavirus also poses an effect in work education, including the world of lecturers, that causes all students to be formulated until the time is not determined. The material regarding the effect in education will be explained by my friend. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Yohanes Lintang P, and in this part, I'm going to talk about corona effect on students and how it affects on lecturing process. This coronavirus things is separated us from being in the class. We cannot do the lecturing process by meeting up, and this is something that really matters for the student, even for the lecturer. It is harder to get into the material that delivered via online, especially the one that delivered via WhatsApp group. It's hard to keep up with the material, and I'm afraid it might affect our capabilities as a student to do the assignment or even the exam. Since the beginning of this online lecture thing, I'm wondering about how this scoring method is, because I'm pretty sure that every lecturer have their own scoring method, and it's gonna be something that's really different than the usual. As a student, we're also facing some several issues, such as facility. Not all of the students has the same facility as the other student did. For students in our major, facilities such as computer that has mid-range build and specification is really important because of the application that we use in lecturing process such as SolidWorks, CorelDRAW and Adobe Photoshop. The second issue is internet connection, because not every student can afford the same internet package, and the internet signal isn't the same at every places. The third issue is the switch from the conventional learning process into the online lecturing process. Not every lecturer even ready to change their teaching method, so it can disrupt the curriculum and affecting the scoring method. The fourth issue is that students can practice, because it is only by practicing the things we do and experience that we are able to internalize and recall the content and the skills that we learn. An online lecture only focus on theoretical content and external result, so the students cannot practice and the learning process doesn't reach its full potential. The fifth issue is the quality of the content is mediocre. Even when the students are motivated, if the course content doesn't have good quality, the students will end up frustrated when they can learn more on their own rather than the material they're given from the lecturer. And the last issue is that students need to talk to the other students. Students may sometimes get bored due to the lack of human contact and interaction. The conclusion from this online lecturing process is we should face this together. As a student, we have to stay focused on learning and achieving learning objective. And for the lecturer, they have to change their teaching method that suits this condition better. The lecturer also needs to find online course that is dynamic, fun, and interactive. They also need to find online courses that doesn't require much internal memory and high-speed internet connection. And they should pack that material in a solid and simple script. That's all from me about what Corona effect on student and how it affect on lecturing process. I'm Yohanes Lintang P and thank you.